Dear Diary, I had my first real, very bad day as an entrepreneur. And of course, in true Virgo, strong Black woman fashion, I didn't even pick up my camera to record myself because I didn't want anyone to see me, quote unquote, that down. And also, I just needed to feel through it without filming it. There was no amount of hot yoga or running or video editing or comfort meal or finding a cute cafe to work in that got me out of a funk that day. And while I think it was a mix of nerves about my first big speaking engagement on top of another day of multiple rejections from pitches to brands, for a second I felt lost and maybe a bit insecure and confused, which are not things I like to admit I feel. But when it does happen and I get into my head, nothing I'm doing is good enough, nothing I'm creating is valuable, nothing is working. Or at least, that's what I thought. Hello and welcome back to my little yellow room. I've been back in the States from my month-long trip in Asia for about a week or so. So I am working and also trying to readjust my body to this time zone. In Vietnam, I was 12 hours ahead. In Japan, I was 15 hours. So my body is real confused right now, but I am excited because tonight I am going to my first YouTube event ever here in Milwaukee with the YouTube Creator Collective. I have been seeing on social media that YouTube was going to all 50 states to connect with their creators. And when I went on the website, I was like, one, I hope they're coming to Milwaukee because I want to go. And two, I hope I'm in town to actually go and kind of network and meet other creators. And they are here and I am going. So I'm just really excited to connect with a bunch of other creators tonight. So yes, I'm excited. I'm all ready to go. Let's do a little fit check. I have this hat I got in Tokyo. My earrings I got from a market, the Coyoacán market in Mexico City. My lipstick I get a lot of questions about all the time. It is Boss Lady by the Lip Bar. If you see me wearing red lipstick, it's probably this one at all times. My jacket is from like a vintage shop here in Milwaukee. I've had this baby doll dress, like shirt dress, for I don't know how many years. I put on some jeans as well as these kind of like really cute thigh-high boots I don't really wear because like where am I going wearing thigh-high boots when I work from home? And my bag, I am a bag girly. This one is from Colombia. I have a whole collection of bags from like my trips. This one in particular, my sister got me when she went to Cartagena and it's super cute. It's so bright. It matches my lipstick and I feel like I'm all ready to go. So let's go mingle and meet some other creatives tonight. What I've learned these past 5 months of being an entrepreneur is that this career path is going to be what I make of it. While some opportunities will come to me, I have to do the work to make my ideal traveling entrepreneur life a reality. And finding creator communities and networking like this YouTube Creator Collective event is a great step to start.
Go crazy, have fun. See you later.
It was such a wonderful time to connect with creators who do long form content and got me excited for what's to come.
Listen, I don't want to watch that no more. So.
However, there was one major thing I realized afterwards. One thing that I realized personally about myself going to this event is that I need to build my networking muscle. This event was definitely for people to network within like the creator space, which is really important because relationships are very important in this space. But I realized that I need to get better at networking. I need to have my little pitch about what I do, why I do in a more casual form when I'm out meeting other creators just in the world, but also at these media events, because you never know who you're talking to. You never know if someone will hear about an opportunity that you might align with, and they might remember, hey, I met that girl at that YouTube event in Milwaukee. Let me reach out to her to see if she's available to take the opportunity, you know? And so I don't know, for me, my social battery depleted. And I think it depleted because I have been used to working for myself or just being in remote roles, which I think takes a toll on your social interactions. So it just reminded me that I need to practice networking, like I practice video editing, like I practice pitching and all the other things that I do as part of my business, which is perfect because I actually am going to 2 conferences on the East Coast, one of which I'm speaking at in New York City. So this was a really great trial run for me to kind of see where I'm at doing more networking. So I'm like putting myself out there. So yeah, let's kind of get this going. Okay, I have like a burst of energy. I'm feeling very inspired post Asia and also post that YouTube event. So let's try to keep this momentum up. Still on a high, I was off to Louisiana for a partnership, and I found myself reflecting once more. How willing am I to get out of my comfort zone to build this dream? This trip was my first food partnership, which is outside of my comfort of train travel. And I did maybe overthink just a little as I was shooting the content. That overthinking plus a few tight deadlines and a slew of emails saying I was good, but not good enough for multiple partnerships led to that very bad day. I don't know if I'm ever going to include this in a vlog. And honestly, I don't have the desire to show my face right now because I think I look as bad as I feel. It's one of those times that many entrepreneur friends told me about where you will second guess what you're doing or things just keep happening that really make you frustrated. And it's the moment where I'm like, okay, do I want to keep feeling this? And I'm only 5 months into my entrepreneurial journey, but it is probably the most nerve-wracking things I've done with incredible rewards. So I don't want to seem ungrateful, but I'm just having a bad day. And I think I've tried to prevent feeling this, which is why this day feels very crappy. And I know this is a temporary feeling. I know I'm not going to feel this way about entrepreneurship all the time. But today is one of those days I'm like, yeah, I would really love a 9-to-5 where I clock in, clock out, and just go about my day. So I don't know where that leaves me, but I'm going to end the voice note here. Something I've been thinking about since returning from Asia and even after the YouTube event was how location impacts access to opportunities and networking as a travel creator. Though going to Vietnam was a dream and my location did not really matter, being based in the Midwest for other opportunities as a creator, especially a travel creator, can be a hindrance sometimes. For example, in Q1 of this year, there were a few opportunities that came my way, but because I wasn't based on the East Coast, I was not chosen. And I know what's meant for me will never pass me, but I would be lying if I said it wasn't discouraging to be counted out solely because of where I live. Like, for crying out loud, I am a travel vlogger. I will hop on a train or a plane or a bus in a heartbeat. So that's what I did. Hello and happy May. As you can see, I'm in my bonnet and my big t-shirt. Yes, I just kind of got out of bed because we have things to do today. So I am leaving for a week-long trip to New York City tomorrow afternoon. And I know it does not look like it, but I promise you I am going to be on that plane tomorrow. I have to do my hair today, which is going to be a whole thing. I'm also packing right now for the trip and I want to make the most of it because, baby, these New York City hotel prices, I could have went back to Asia for these prices. So yeah, I am going to make the most of my time in New York City. I have a conference tomorrow. It's called the Connect Conference with Teachable and Creator Economy NYC. The following weekend, I have a conference I'm speaking at called Women in Travel Summit. I'm doing a session on how to command the camera as a video first creator and on-camera talent. I'm also nominated for an award and I'm bringing my mom with me. So it's going to be really fun, like bring your mom to work kind of weekend. I'm going to see a bunch of my creator friends. I'm going to be outside, okay? The girl's going to be outside, not looking like this, okay? We're going to be done. We're going to be ready to network and run a business. And so that is the vibe of the month. That is the vibe of the vlog. You gotta spend money to make money is what the girlies tell me. So we're gonna see how this week can manifest into more opportunities for me and Sojournies. from New York City, at least a hotel room for right now in New York City. I got in yesterday evening and today it's time to network, okay? It's time to kiki with other creators. I'm headed to the Connect conference. I'm very excited to be going. This is like my first creator conference as a full-time creator, just like learning about how other creators are branding their business, how I can better build my business systems. They have an incredible lineup, so I'm just really excited to be in a space to learn with other folks who have been doing this for years and just grab any gems that I can. So we are going to check out of this hotel because we're not staying here the whole time I'm in New York City, but we're gonna check out this hotel and head to the subway to head to Brooklyn. Right now I'm in Chelsea to go to the conference. I'm excited. The aura of New York City is always so good. Like, yes, it's a very hustle culture, people working to live kind of situation, but there is just a creative energy about the city that is incomparable. So we're gonna see what we learn today. Attending the Connect conference was exactly what I needed. An innovative, educational, and exciting space. I got to learn from non-travel creators I didn't know and even saw a few familiar faces from over the years. Look who I probably met in person.
Yes, we've been friends since when? Like 2018?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
And I want to go to Kenya for my bar trip.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. So cute. Right. Hey.
Hey, making new friends.
New friends. My name is Kalia. You're going to see me again. I don't know when, but you're going to see me again.
Yes, period.
I am exhausted and a little tipsy, but that was so much fun. I need to recharge my social battery and get ready for the rest of this week in New York. And the rest of the week was also about networking. I got to meet up with Natalie, who I met through LinkedIn, who has a European train travel business, and she gave me a lot to think about for my future. Well, she essentially told me I need to move to Europe to be the train travel creator that I aspire to be. But that's a decision for another video, because as I was hanging out at Outside, which is a co-living space for remote workers or entrepreneurs like myself, I had to finish my presentation for the Women in Travel Summit, which is why I was in New York to begin with, and it began in a few days. Look who's in town. Okay.
No glasses on.
Oh, you don't have any glasses on.
Like I said, I gotta find my glasses.
Girl, we are in New York. Today is my session. I did an interview yesterday with Sonali of YouTube Shorts, which is really cool. I love YouTube. Obviously, I'm filming on YouTube right now, and it was fun. I think the crowd loved it. People walked up to me and said they loved it. So that was like a nice little precursor to today. I have a full 1 hour session, really like 35 minutes, 40 minutes. So I want to leave room to answer questions. So sharing all my tips and secrets, not secrets, but tips and tricks to create engaging video content. So of course, we're wearing bright colors, bright lipstick, bright nails. So yeah, we're gonna get some breakfast, and today is speaking day. And as speaking day approached, that very bad day was very much in my rear view. I was able to fully immerse myself in all the excitement and community and reconnecting with friends at the Women in Travel Summit, speaking at my own session, but also interviewing Sonali. And sharing this conference with my mom was such a treat. And by the end of the day, it became the most memorable day of my career so far.
I'm so proud of my baby girl.
I don't know what footage I actually have for this part of the vlog. I don't know what I even filmed today, to be honest, because it's been a whirlwind of a day. But I think this has been the best day of my entrepreneurship career thus far. I spoke and I won my first award. Like, I'm officially a trailblazer. I can't believe it. Well, that was a lot of emotions for one video. I'm actually editing this video right now. I know I normally end these videos with a expectations versus reality, but I'm actually going to say that because next month is my 6-month I quit my job anniversary, or my 6 month of being a full-time travel entrepreneur. And I want to save some of the even larger lessons I've learned the past 5 months, then it'll be 6 months for that video. But I do want to come in and ask y'all, what would you do to build your dream life? I think that's the question that I have been asking myself, but not really articulating out loud. Like, do I have what it takes to build this life that I envision for myself? And that's a scary question. And that's the question I was pondering on my very bad day. And that's the question I was even pondering as I was leaving New York. Do I have what it takes to sustain this? Do I want to sustain this? And those are very real and honest questions. I can't say I have the complete answers today. I cannot promise I will have them next month, but I think through this journey of documenting my life and travel vlogging and sharing tips along the way, I feel like we're gonna get there. So let me know where your head is at right now. If you are pivoting into a new career, if you are contemplating a pivot, or if you're just like, I think it is time for me to change something in my life. Let me know what that is and what would you do to build your dream life. Living a life unsupervised means I will probably have many more very bad days like I did before the conference. But on those days where I'm sitting from a cafe, whether I'm in New York City or Milwaukee, editing away, I'll think about this week and the joy I felt and the vibes I got from being around such creative women who are choosing to build their dreams every single day. And it's a reminder that even on our worst days, when we don't want to be on camera, everything works out.